And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved Mega Factory. Just getting. Whoa, that was quick. Just now getting our setup going on maximum throughput. I think I might be able to, yeah, super build those. Okay, so this should show out of power, of course. So let's go down here, and we're going to this one is going to have to be a battery. And then this one can be, I'll be a little bit sneaky with this one. This one can go sideways right in. So that's Molly, which I don't need a whole lot of right now. I need chromium. So let's see, how am I going to get power? Well, how am I going to get power back into here? Okay, one thing I could do is go above. I can't really go too far above. If I put too much on this battery, it's really going to draw a lot of power. We're already drawing, you know, somewhere between, let's see, that would be 2,500. That'd be that was 7,500 power per second. So two more of these would max out at 10,000 power per second. So if I could sneak power in right to the side, that would be perfect. So I'm gonna go way up like that, and then come back out and try to line myself up. And of course, right above that, okay, so now I want to go over, and here is gonna, oh, okay, right at me. Okay, so here I want a piece of glass right here, and then here it's like this, and this should be able to beam down and down. There we go. And that should power. Not connected, of course, so let's connect that up. Casting a basin. And that should, once there it is, kicks on all our power now. We got quite a few of those running strong. So we're using suddenly far more power out here than we were. And look at that, we got 95 organic rock in there. Because I put this battery, it's kind of dead battery down here, so I could just set, you know, more traps around, especially like in here. Oh, I don't know why. There we go. Where are you? Oh, there it is. So now we need to start thinking about, now that we have just crazy amounts of chromium and molybdenum getting smelted. If we look at their casting basin, you can see it's just going crazy. So it's just kind of a constant stream of it now, and we need to get some stuff going. So I'm thinking, let's look at bringing these up to the surface, because I want to make the chrome blocks, the magnetic blocks, and finally the Hymel blocks up on the surface, whereas before I was always doing them down here. So I actually want to bring up as much as I can as far as the bars go. So I'm splitting them out here, so I could have two what do you call them, cargo lifts out here, kind of away from all of the laser action. So if I have like one right here, where's the center of this? So I'm gonna see if I can remember these here. Don't really have anything to write on. So this is 133 and minus 73 right in here. So that's this block right there. 133 minus 73. Let's go up to the surface and see where that is. It's going to be that way. I think. $133. Okay, we got too much. No, we got a little bit more. Minus 73. Right there. Nope. This one here. And then 133. So this one right there. So this will be where, you know, chromium or whatever comes up, which is fine. It'll punch right through. I'll punch right through this copper. And the other one is somewhere over here. I mean, it can be close. I don't mind. And then we'll route it right through and into the bus. Granted, it'd be nice if it was a little bit better situated, but having all of our ores come up over there will give us plenty of space to wiggle around and not fight it, I guess. And let's see, the particle filtration system. Oh, we have our own category, particle filtration. So these need the magnetic blocks, refined resin, and chromed blocks. All of these are the same. So we're going to actually have to start making these blocks and do so in large quantities. So we have magnetic, chromed, and Hymels, and the Hymels are just a combination of these two. And so the imbued machine blocks, that's one of the reasons I wanted to start making imbued machine blocks, is the imbued machine blocks are part of this process. So having a ton of imbued machine blocks will only help us later on. So I think this is where our imbued machine block assembler is, and so we'll have the magnetic and chromed block assemblers down a ways, but we got to get them up first. So I want to get a couple cargo lift controllers. I really should do a one-click craft on these. That would be so much easier. And we will worry about everything else later, like which cargo lift to use. I can always make them later on, but I want to get that punched through, and I should still have my excavators. Yeah, I do have my excavators on me. So that's a good spot to come up. It's not in the way of anything, which is why I wanted to come up to the surface in the first place and check that. Because I didn't want to punch through and have it, you know, like right in the middle of my factory or something. So that's a very good place, out of the way of everything. We'll be able to pop up right over here. So I'm going to go over here and plan on having one there. Let's drop the size to 1 and then bring the height up, you know, to 2. It doesn't really matter. 250 is fine. And so we're going to punch a hole right up through there. Now for the, so this is going to be Molly. That's going to be Molly. I want to give a separation, and then I want another one right here, right next to it. Actually, do I want to offset that a little bit? Because if I do it there, I'm not in the way of anything. The rack rails won't interfere with the lasers. I'll be able to pull it right off the center of this. So maybe one more. Like that. Will skirt around all of this, and I need to set the height. And I need to drop none, and I need to clear ore. And I'm not mining anything, but I know there's that copper at the top. So that is why I wanted to clear ore right away. Now as far as powering these, pretty standard power scheme here. I'm gonna go along this way. Put one there, 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 and there. So they should make sure those are drop none, drop none. So now we are punching a hole into the ceiling in order to get some cargo lifts up there. And to prepare, let's put some hoppers up in here. So there's going to be one hopper there, and probably this is going to come in one hopper there. So this, let's set the types. So this is Molly. So let's set this one to Molly. And this one's chrome, so we're going to set this one to chrome. And we're going to immediately start moving that material in. Because it's 2,000, the whole 2,000, and I want to be able to make sure that we've got as much as possible moving around. I did, you know, in the last update on the excavators, I changed the sound so it only plays the firing sound every 5th block it clears. Because it was overloading. I don't know if anybody noticed. A lot of people probably noticed. But if you had a few of these running and you were in the area, it would completely overload your sound to where if you like would fall, you wouldn't get that sound. You would get the actual sound of it firing. So it was overloading the sound engine and doing so fairly regularly. So I made that change. It seems to have helped considerably in how much the Unity engine can keep up with the sound. So you hear them both firing at the same time because they they both started at the same time. Now we got lots of chromium and molybdenum coming up, which is great. Okay, now I need to think about what's the percentage complete on these. See, these are pretty fast when you have a really small, when you have a small area here. So if we fly up here, we are cruising. we're still at, what, minus 127. So we still have a ways to go, but pretty nice. Oh, we've got a camel bot. So I'm going to put a hopper with a vacuum. And you guys are going to get lasered to death. He was marching right towards me. He gave us 6 organic rock. So yeah, if you want to continue farming organic rock, you got lots of camel bots back in here. So all you need to do is put the batteries in and put the lasers in and the vacuum hoppers in, and you're good to go. And I want to get rid of some of these slimes here. Everybody must go. Yeah, and this drops. You saw how far that dropped. That goes down a ways. I need like a slime only block that only allows slimes to pass through. That'd be nice. Alright, let's go up to the surface and get ready for the arrival. That was a lift-by shooting. Not a drive-by. That was a lift-by. Okay, so we know they're going to come up over here. And let's get ready for that eventuality. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to be, but we're going to need more tubes. We're going to need something. We're going to need a couple lines in here. So let's get ready for that. And tubes over here. And I'm going to come up here, grab those. Okay, so we've got the tubes. Now, for the machine blocks, so we've got the imbued machine blocks here. If we look at the manufacturing of these machine blocks, so we're going to do magnetic and chromed. We don't really have any of those yet to make the Heimels, so magnetic and chromed. Do I want more than one? Well, let's see what the requirements are first. If it's a lot, then I might not be able to get away with doing more than one. So I'm going to put the other one on here. Okay, so now we need to put a hopper on them to see what they are. So it wants one imbued and one molybdenum bar in order to make the magnetic machine block. So that is very doable. And this one, same thing. So I think we'll be able to get away with 2 of each of these. So we're going to build one more set and then plan to make sure that we have plenty. And I think we've got enough imbued machine block creation. These things are pretty fast and they go at a good clip. So I think we're good on that. And let's see if we've popped up. Here we've popped up already. So I want to 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is where our cargo lift controller is going to go. So let's get those squared away. I already made them, so they are in here. There we go. And run to this side. Now for the power on these, I'm just going to use solar. And can I build Did I pick up that manufacturing plant that was over here? I did. We are going to go to power generation, organic solar 2. Crafting. And build some Mark II organic solar on top of these. Because we're going to eventually have enough throughput on these that we're going to need it. So we got plenty of power. And now it's just a matter of rack rails. But before I put the rack rails on, I want to actually go down to the bottom and take out those excavators, because it will stop if it hits those excavators. And it won't go anymore. So I want to take those out first, then put the rack rails down. And I need to pick up some more rack rails. And I know we've got lots and lots of those. I made sure that a few episodes ago. We got plenty of rack rails. So I'm going to pick up another 2,000 of those. And we're going to come over here and get ready. So I will set up, get the rack rails going, get everything ready, and then we can come back next episode and start to move the material onto the bus and get the tier 4 ores finally onto their rightful places on our bus. And thank you, Train, for that little introduction. So that will do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.